Hey everyone, I wanted to take a few moments and share with you a dream that I had last night that was kind of disturbing actually, and a little kind of worries me. It worries me. It does worry me. So last night I was dreaming that I was in some place that reminds me of the desert. Reminds me of like Nevada or Arizona or some desert-like place because it felt like I could see a lot of land or an area where it was kind of arid and it was a little undeveloped. So I could see this place, and there was a movie theater or a theater that was there, and I was attending this theater, going, to go look at a show or a movie or something. So I was alone. I didn't have anyone with me, and I went into the theater and took a seat. And it was kind of designed in an old way. Whenever like you're in school and you're in the theater and you're looking at the stage, that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of those kinds of seats where they're like old wooden chairs and so forth. And the colors were interesting because the colors were like reds and oranges and whites. And so that was the theme of the theater. And then at some point, we were told that there were bombs in the theater, or there was something wrong in the theater, and that the bombs could potentially be under our seats. So we were told to like not move, and they slowly evacuated the theater over the course of the next few minutes or the next hour. So they were slowly evacuating the theater, and some of us couldn't move or we couldn't leave because we were stuck there because we were affected by the bombs. Either there was a bomb under our seat or we were affected by the bombs. So I I was scared. I was freaking out because I didn't know what to do. It's like, in that moment, I was thinking to myself, you see these things on TV and you wonder what you do if you were faced with the same situation. And in this dream, I was faced with that situation. So I immediately thought about my family. I thought about calling my partner, calling my sister, telling them that I was in the theater and that there was the likelihood that I was going to get killed or I wasn't going to make it out alive. So some people did escape. Some people did get out of the theater. I was just one of the few that were stuck there. Now, then I woke up. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, wow. And the dream was so vivid. Every detail was so vivid to me. It was like I was really there. Now, when I have these kinds of dreams, I always have to really, really take a look at it and try to analyze and understand it, because I'm really good at analyzing and figuring out other people's dreams. But when it comes to me, it's a little harder because it's hard to tap in and tune into my own life situation through my intuition, because I care about, my life. So I care about the circumstances and the outcome. So it's going to affect my ability to be intuitive. And I always tell people, if you're going to be intuitive, you're going to do any kind of psychic work, it's a lot easier to read for strangers than it is to read for yourself or for your loved ones or family members, because you care about the outcome. So when I woke up, I was like, okay, I hope this isn't like a premonition of an actual event that's going to be happening in the near future with people. I hope this is more about my psyche trying to work out some issues or some details than it is about a premonition about the future and what may happen. But if it is a premonition, then the gist of it is that there's some theater or some movie complex that is going to be targeted by possibly terrorists, maybe local terrorists, and they're going to either sabotage or they're going to place some objects in the theater that may blow up and are going to affect several individuals in that theater. People will still be able to get out alive, but there are going to be a lot of people that are hurt or that are affected by the theater. And it is in a drier climate, so I'm assuming it's in some sort of drier area or an arid area like Arizona or Nevada. Just a drier, because I kept seeing that all that dry arid region. And then the color scheme was like orangey reds and whites in the theater, and it was like an old style theater. So it could be a movie theater or it could be a performance theater. Those details are important if it is an actual event. Now, if it is just my psyche trying to help me understand things, the way that I would understand it is that, when you think of the theater, when you think of what's on stage, you think of what's within your perception or what it is that you're focused on. So because I was alone in the theater, I was alone without my family with me. I'm assuming that this has more to do with me and the way that I'm processing things in my life. So I'm thinking that it might have something to do with my vision or my intention and what I'm putting out there into the world, and certain things that I'm really focused on, and how I'm afraid that it's going to blow up in my face, because I'm intending and trying really hard to intend for certain things, to manifest certain things in my life. And so it may be about that, and just me having a fear that even though I'm manifesting, even though I am seeing results, even though I am seeing my life transform and change in the way that I prefer it, my life being the way that I would intend it to be, there are still things that I intend for myself to receive or to experience, to be able to manifest, that I'm afraid may not come to pass. And it's just my psyche working through those internal conflicts and emotions, and I'm seeing this fear of me trying to do something and then it kind of coming back and blowing up in my face. And I think that's what it could possibly mean if it were just a psychological dream and me just kind of releasing my own fears and my own anxieties, if that's what it was. If not, it could potentially be some sort of terrorist attack, and I'm seeing the future. And this has happened before, where I tap in or I see circumstances about an event. I think the same thing happened with the Orlando shooting, or Orlando attacks, and I saw some things a few weeks prior to that happening, and I shared that with my family, and then it came back and showed up in real form in Orlando. So it could very well be something like that, or it could be something else. And if you want to know about that, you could watch my Orlando video. I actually went to Orlando this past a couple weeks ago. I was in Orlando for vacation, and I took a trip there, and I also visited the Pulse nightclub. So I'm going to do a video about that because I want to share that experience with you guys. But I don't know what this was. I mean, it could be a psychological dream, or it could be me having a dream about the future. I don't know, and I won't know until something happens. And so I just wanted to share what it is like for me whenever I have these kinds of dreams. Whether, sometimes it's hard for me to discern whether it's me or whether it's actually something I'm seeing, and me trying to process and figure that out. And even then, like I said, I don't know. So I just wanted to share with you guys what it is that happened last night in my dream state. And I'm wishing you guys a happy Saturday, and take care. Okay, bye guys.